Dad, that's regular oil paint you're using, right?
It's acrylic.
Acrylic. It's acrylic.
Dries right away.
Dries right away.
So you gotta really get the right thing right away.
No pressure when you say that. So it all comes down to the good old Munzel.
They're both a little bit different.
Tell me.
Well, whatever they are, they're different.
Oh, the pastel to this?
No, both of the paintings are different. They're humanly different. It's like if I was in a play, and the first night the play would be one way, the next night I couldn't make it exactly because it's not a videotape. It's me being myself.
Okay.
Brand new the next night, even if it's the same Shakespeare play.
Okay.
You don't do things exactly the same. You're not, we're humans. And
he's referring because he made another one. Oh, Daddy, you're getting well, I don't know if compliment is the right word, but appreciated for doing the filming, letting me film.
Okay. No, I don't know what I've done in the other one there. It's different.
But we're human. Remember, you just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Those colors. And then here's the pastel. John pointed out. And then these are acrylics he's using.
I'll put in one more gob of red.
Gob of red. And we're at Dad's Harley's at my place. He's not in his regular studio. Here we go.
Oh. Beauty about abstract is you're allowed to leave certain things if they look good.
So this is Harley's first time allowing me to videotape him working. So we're slowly moving up to
That's it.
Perhaps a portrait. Oh, thank you, Shelley. They like the oops. Here's the oops. Thanks, John. That's the one finished piece over there.
Okay.
Here's the other one.
That's it.
Here's
now
the pastel.
The
Sorry, Dad, go ahead. The spray? What kind of spray are you using?
Right here. Winsor Newton. Good old Winsor Newton.
Now, what is it when that's a product placement? We should just put the spray right in front of it, Dad, for product placement. By the way, Canon paper, that's the only paper really Harley, my father. Canson, pardon me, uses when he draws.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope. Shelley, I like that.
Let's see if it's the same down there.
Oh. Bear in mind, This is
There.
82-year-old Harley Brown.
81.
I'm sorry, 81-year-old Harley Brown. Can's son, and 81.
Okay. Ta-da!
There's the secret.
The beauty about I hate wasting colors, so I have some whites and reds here. I might as well lay them on.
Hey, I got canvases upstairs, Dad, if you want to draw.
No.
Okay. This is quick and easy. Sorry. Do you want me to move the other one so you can get to it better, Dad? Okay. So as I said, I'm trying to get my father warmed up to the idea of doing
There, the yellow's gone.
the live workshop of sorts. We've been talking to Doug Swinton in Calgary.
Here's the purple.
And of course, Scottsdale School of Art. Or pardon me, Scottsdale Artist School.
Too light.
Too light. Yes, I agree, Shelley. Sorry. So he just came over to my house because he had these commission pieces, and I see so many artists saying that, when do you know when a portrait's finished? And I guess even HB here was thinking there's a couple more splashes he wanted to do.
Want to use it up too.
And he wants to use up the ink or the paint because he doesn't like wasting.
I'm from the old days when I used everything up.
So that's why we're in my garage as opposed to his studio. It's his piano that he learned to... Oops, sorry. Learned to play piano on when he was like 7 years old, I think.
Well, I'm glad I lightened that up.
What part, Dad?
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And again, here's the pastel.
Let me put a couple more whites and that's it.
Okay. Next time I think we should do like background music. Or you could talk. Do you have anything to say there, Dad? Sorry.
Well, actually, my inner mind is doing this. Well, my inner mind is thinking about what I'd like to have for lunch.
That's funny.
My inner mind is the one that actually deserves the money, but I don't pay it much. There.
What you're gonna have. That was good, Dad.
You see any? Okay, take a look at the two.
Okay.
Let's see if they're close.
Okay. Woo. Wow. Now, are you asking me if they're close?
Yeah.
Do we want them to be close?
Well, close-ish. Like the two plays. Hamlet one night, Hamlet the next night.
Okay, or the two actors playing the same role.
Well, no.
No?
I'm one actor.
You're one actor. Okay, all right. Well, the light, obviously.
Tell me.
Daddy, I think it's perfect.
Are they both close enough?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Let's just see. Okay, so you're looking for an obvious... yeah, I see a difference.
Where? What?
thickness. But it's okay, but it's the two plays. Then I don't understand what you're asking me, Daddy.
No, if there's something wildly nice work.
No, Dad, it's perfect.
That should have been maybe yellower, but I'm glad that that's the...
Tell me why.
Well, because it's yellower up here. So I'm going to do a little bit there.
Okay, there's the pastel. I have to say, this is quite fun watching you. As I said, we haven't done this in years. So with your inner mind doing this, I could ask you a math question.
Yeah, I guess you could. But
what's your best one inspirational thing you can tell to people right now, artists, while you're working?
Work hard so that your inner mind can take over. Learn the basics. I learned to do, like in the Russian schools back in the turn of the century, the 1900s, and all the other schools of Europe. People sat down and learned. Both the Monsell. Let's look at it this way. Matisse could draw a face as good as anybody, and then he went into Matisse. But you can't go into yourself unless you have the confidence. I'm not going to let a doctor work on a very highly complex heart problem without him doing years and years and years of heart. And it's the same with writing. Many of the authors would spend days, sometimes weeks, on the first page, and it looks like they did it in 5 minutes. But that's because it came from their inner mind, and their inner mind. When I play the piano, it's my inner mind that's doing it. Like you say, muscle memory. Does it look finished?
Daddy, I think they look absolutely fabulous. Oh, Daddy, your granddaughter's on here.
Oh, is that who's on?
Ashley, right there. She says, "Hi, Grandpa."
Oh, hi, hello. All my best. See, for instance.
Oh.
For instance.
Okay.
When you're... See, there's places, like I haven't played, let me see. This is all inner mind. Or Beethoven. Second piano concerto. That was about 12.
Daddy,
what?
Do you know how to play Debussy?
I did once upon a time.
This is what he was over here working on. That's his pastel.
Debussy, I did. Oh, wait.
And he turned it into this. So you did.
I have not played that, literally not played that for 50, 60 years.
I was going to say, Daddy, I've never heard you play that one. That's the one from, there you go. How about the Sting?
Huh?
The Sting?
I don't know that.
So this is the pastel that he came over to touch up on his acrylic. I think he said it was acrylic. That was a commission piece.
I'd like to have a poutine.
What?
Poutine.
You want a poutine?
Yeah, no.
So, okay, you're showing how your inner mind is locked into piano, but your outer mind is thinking about lunch.
Well, yeah. It's the inner mind really is. Yeah. Oh, you know, or Brubeck. Yeah, I've done this one. Ooh, let's see. Oh, he was a great influence, really. But anyway.
Okay, I have an idea. Is there one question about art? Because I've got my father nailed down here. Is there one question? First question about art. I'll get my father to answer. First question.
How much to charge for a picture?
Okay, how much do you charge for a picture?
Well, I started. Okay, mine were $1 a piece in the bar. You go up with a picture. It's hard to go down. And start.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Look and see what the gallery's charging. I know that's in the monetary side. And chat with it. They know what they're talking about, dealers. And I started off in a major gallery in Calgary. I think it was $350 a piece or something like that. And then they just kind of, because people came to get them, so you just up the price.
Can I ask a question? Here's a question. Where do you get your inspiration?
Every day, everywhere. Truly. There's nothing that doesn't inspire me. Whether it be a squirrel running in front with the tail. I love to look at people. I like to see them from different sides. I think they probably look at me as an odd duck at airports when I look at somebody. I see the lighting on their face. And sometimes I'll do a sketch with somebody sitting over the other side of the airplane. I remember, you know, when models would come in during an open session, I would look for the worst spot just for the fun of it and try to make something out of it. Sometimes I would do that, you know. You look for something that's a total challenge.
Okay, because we're getting good questions now. This one, I agree with Shelley. Can we do this once a week?
What do you mean, the questions?
Yeah, like visit, do a little bit of art.
Well, we'll see. We'll see in a week if I'm not having a poutine.
Okay, now another question. What proportion of paintings are portraits and what proportion are others?
With me, I'd say 90 portraits.
80% are portraits. Okay, and last question. Do other artists inspire you as well?
All the time. All the time. And it doesn't have to be an old, ancient artist. Artists are always, you know, there's some, I was just looking at some today, I can't remember the name, of a landscape artist. Fabulous. I mean, he and heart and soul goes into the rocks and that. You know, I've never done a landscape and probably never will. I've done a few sea ones with boats, but I think this is the truth. If you understand the basics of art, if you understand the basics, I don't know anything about a horse, but I'll do a damn good horse that I've shown them because I understand the most important things. Donald Teague said to me when I left him one time and I never saw him again, I said, what do I remember? Give me something I want to take with me after a visit. He said, design. You look at any of the great paintings, they're designed, composed well. And I think that's so important. But also understanding When I do a nose, I don't do a nose anatomically. I do the shapes around it, the shapes and values, shapes and values. And once you understand shapes and values, color will start to come in. Don't throw in color just because you think you're a colorist. You're not. Color is very important and to understand what the complements and so on. And I use the Munzel, which is 5 colors: red, yellow, green, blue, purple. So the opposite of red is blue, green, which is cooler than green. Most people use red, yellow, blue. Green is the opposite of red, but green to me is too warm. So the cooler with red would be blue-green. Oftentimes you see red-headed women wearing turquoise dresses. And so they got it, they're ahead of it. They use the Munzel. I don't know if they go into a dress shop and say, well, I'm a Munzel fanatic and I want to have something that's a compliment to my hair. Anyway, that's
Okay.
that's info.
One last question, Daddy. And there's agreements. You mentioned the importance of the basics. If you were starting over again and had to relearn everything, what would be the key few basics?
Shapes. Start doing things like ordinary things around the house.
Drawing ordinary things around the house.
Ordinary things, but do them right. Don't slop. Take your time.
Do you want to sketch something right now?
No.
Okay.
Do a vase or do your left hand, in the mirror or something. Maybe not something too complex. Just start to learn with the light. Maybe don't use a glass, but use something that maybe doesn't shine. Something that's a pot or something to learn the shadow and the cast shadow, and understand the difference between form shadow and a cast shadow. That's a cast shadow, whereas that's a form shadow going around there with that old hand. Form shadows are form shadow is the where the light goes to shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Cast shadow is where the light is stopped by the nose. And
Okay.
The shadow's cast on the side of the face, if that's what's happening here.
Okay.
So there.
Okay.
And so start off with simple. And that will get the biggest thing that artist needs is confidence. Like with the piano, confidence. Like with acting, getting on a stage. And that confidence does not come cheap.
How would you start working in pastels? By what? Would you start with pencils or would you start?
No, you start with pencils and work, then start working with Conte and so on.
With what, Dad?
Conte. And then start with simple colors, but don't get big and brassy. Yes. But a lot of people think that, well, if I put in color, people will think I'm a colorist and that I'm a real artist. They'll try to do the French Impressionist routine. But I'm an impressionist.
I guess you're done?
Yeah.
Okay, there you have it.
You have to know when you're finished.
He was,
Weren't you asking that?
yeah, you have to know when you're finished.